Hey everybody, what's poppin', what's good? This is your boy Brumal, and we are back with Trails in the Sky, the third Legend of Heroes. I said that backwards, it should have been Legend of Heroes first. But anyways, guys, you know how we do it on this channel. We like to give God, we like to put God first. So if you haven't already, go ahead and pause this video and go spend some time with God, whether that's reading a couple of chapters in your book or just going out and praying and basking in his presence, guys. So the last couple of videos I believe I did, whether it's between this and Lie-Oh-Nin Chronicles 100 Heroes, I've been talking about how we need to give God thanks for everything, and I have to double down, triple down, even quadruple down on that right now. And I'm going to share this story. I'm going to share this with you guys. So for the past month, I've actually been out of work, been unemployed. I got let go from my job. This all started with another co-worker of mine. Me and him, we got into it, and it led to both of our terminations. However, we didn't get terminated because of our altercation that we got, and our altercation was verbal, guys. There was no fist fight. There was no, nobody put hands on anybody. It was just all verbal. It was a lot of frustration because me and him, we just have not been seeing eye to eye. But that's besides the point. I'm not going to tell you what he got fired for, because I know what he got fired for, but I got fired literally because of I was in possession of a weapon. At least that's what it says on paper. What was said weapon? Said weapon was a pocket knife that I used to open up boxes of cleaning solution so I can clean the studio after our shows were done. I'm not in environmental services. For those who don't know, that's basically just I guess, think of it as a scientific term for janitor for the most part. That's not my job. I am a newscast director. However, the environmental services team, they do not clean the studio, so it's up to the directors to clean and to clean that studio when the shows are over. So, whenever we got new cleaning solution, I'd whip out the knife, cut the boxes open, and that way I can use, that way I can get to the cleaning solution, because y'all know how crazy how they be taping down boxes, guys. So HR, I wasn't even given a warning for the, HR never gave me a warning. They just came up to me and said, yeah, you're in possession of a weapon. I said a pocket knife. They said a pocket knife is considered a weapon. I argued that it's a tool. However, they didn't see it that way, and they terminated me. I told my parents this, and I told my parents this, and my mother, she took it hard. She was very worried about it. And I told her, Mom, everything is okay. I'm gonna leave this in God's hands. God's gonna take care of me. And what do you know? It took about a month. I had to be patient with it, but God, he set me up with a new job. I'm doing the same exact thing, but just at a different station. And I'm getting paid practically the same amount of money that I was paid for, but I'm doing far less work than what I was doing at the old place. So it's just like God's came through for me, guys. And that's just what it is. I had to, as soon as they offered me the job the other day, I got off the phone and I just went and prayed to God, just thanking him. Gotta give it up to the Most High. God, you have definitely been looking out for me. And it's just one of those things where it's just even when I got fired, I had to thank God. So I know some of you are like, why would you thank God for something so horrible that happens? Because God, he was able to get me out of something. He got me out of a place probably destroyed me spiritually, guys. That's what I believe. I believe everything that happens is because of God's plan. He puts you where he wants you to be. And then if your time up there is done with it, then he'll move you along somewhere else. And I honestly do believe that. So you just can't, you can't do anything but just praise him. So Lord, thank you for all the greatness that you have done in my life. And thank you for the stuff that you will do for my life in the future. And that's just all that is, guys. That's just all that is. You never stop giving God your thanks. I am serious. Whenever you have a problem, put it in God's hands, and God will get you through it, and he'll do what he needs to do to make sure that you're doing right. That you're doing right. Of course, you got to live by him. Of course, he's just not going to do it for anybody. You got to live by him. So yeah, I encourage you guys, just give God whatever it was. It could have been something little. Give God your thanks now, guys. Just do it now, and I guarantee you that you'll just be happier. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started with that. Let's go ahead and get started with the with the actual video. So I ended it here per se, because I completely forgot that there was some dialogue. I haven't checked this dialogue out, but let's see what the... You see that the girls are checking on Reese right now, so let's see what they got to say. Alright. If you want to keep lying to yourself, Kevin, then go right ahead. If that's what makes you happy, I won't stop you. But, as long as you keep doing so, I don't want to talk to you. That's fine. Are you feeling alright, Reese? I can go get you some medicine if that would help. You big dummy, she's not sick, she's angry. Huh? Come on, read between the lines. That phony priest obviously said something to make her mad. And this is the result. You're better off leaving her alone for now. But... So yeah, that's all that is. I do find it funny how they say a lot of things and they don't even necessarily see us back there. I also found the others. They're back here talking. It's disturbing to think that we are literally fighting fiends taken from the church's text. Then again, our enemies are capable of making a replica of an entire city. I suppose summoning mirrors and tanks are child's play to them. It has always felt like we were being somehow protected when we were in this garden as opposed to anywhere else in Phantasma. So I can certainly believe the idea that it may be connected to that ghost. It seems more and more likely. It's seeming more and more like we're all drawn in here at the same time, which is a relief in some ways. If that pitiful thing had been left on the outside world without me to watch it, I shudder to think what would have happened. I come to his defense, but I can't blame you. Truly, I'm offended. At the very worst, I would have thrown the luxurious banquet for all to enjoy. I do find it weird, though. Not weird, but I find it interesting how they call Olivier Oliver, even though we do know Oliver is what his actual government name is, instead of Olivier. However, when we go here, we see that his name is Olivier Lenheim, which is crazy. But if you go back and watch the text, it'll say Prince Oliver. So it's just like, I don't know. To me, it seems like he's not. I wouldn't say struggling, but he's like combating like both of his personas, I guess. Because Olivier is just nothing but a persona. I know a lot of people like to see Prince Oliver as Olivier, but to me, I see him as Prince Oliver. There's more to that, and when we get there, I'll let you guys know why I think Oliver is his true self and not Olivier. But I don't know. A lot of people will be like, "Oh, you're just being such and such." I'm like, so. Oh man. All right. But let's go ahead and get to where we need to go to. I actually kind of forgot where I needed to go. Alrighty. Boys' night out, guys. Boys' night out. And here's the entrance to the next plane. I doubt the pattern will change up now, so yeah. We won't know what kind of places it's going to be until we step inside, though. Or what utterly bizarre fiends will be waiting for us there. I'm tingling with excitement. Let's just make sure that we're good to go before we keep going. Yep, we'll do just that. Entrance to the exam results. What is that? That's what? Entrance to an exam results. A letter to Chloe Ren's informing her that she has passed the gene. Really? Hold on one second. Alright, I was wondering if there was something interesting with that, because, I don't know. I had to look at the guide real quick. I'm like, am I missing something? Alright, let's see, where are we at? Where are we now? Nowhere that I've ever been before, judging from where I'm standing. Oh my. Oh, we're at the Bracer training grounds. I believe that, yeah, this couple countries over. Hey, now that's what I call a fine view. Wow. Well, this is a lot prettier than the last plane, at least. This must be another real place that's been recreated here in Phantasmo, much like the capital was. Most likely, yeah. Just where is it, though? Somewhere in Libero? I doubt it. It's not familiar to me at all. Right, because Joshua wasn't there. Because Annalise and Estelle, they spent 6 months here, I believe. My best guess would be we're somewhere along the Crony Mountains. I don't know how to pronounce that at the very moment. Anyways, but the air suggests otherwise. Oh. I'm surprised Zen doesn't know this place because all bracers come here, I thought. Huh? What's the Bracer Guild emblem doing here? Looks like it really isn't the place that exists in Libero. As far as I'm aware, there aren't any guild facilities like this anywhere in the country. I'm not familiar with any either. Nor am I aware that being any buildings like this in Calvard. Well, would you look at that? The answer was right under our noses the whole time. It was? This is the local training center. I know that name. Wasn't that training camp Estelle went to a while back? You know, last year with Annalise? Yeah, that's the one. It's a guild-owned facility located in Lemon State. Yeah, that's why I couldn't remember what it was called. Lemon State. Or Lee-Man State, whatever you want to call it. I've never been there myself, though. I've only heard about it from Estelle. So, this is La Local, huh? I never trained here personally, but it's famous among bracers. That leaves us with yet another problem to solve. To my knowledge, Lemon State is quite a distance away from Libero. Yeah, it is. It's further away than both Arabonia and Calvard. But you know, I may not have a clue on how a place in Lemon ended up being created here or why. But if our enemies did it, they must have had a reason for doing so, right? I knew you'd catch on. That sounded like... We've got company, guys. Boys' night out. Got rats and... mutated rats? I don't know what that is, huh? Here comes trouble. I suppose beastmen would be the best term for these things. This is probably what our next destination is, the path the beast was referring to. Another mystery solved. Watch out, there's a lot of them, and this could get ugly. Why'd I get to go so fast? Ah! Oh, they're weak. Child's play. Let's speed that up. Really, you only did 1 damage? Bro, you're garbage! Yep, the move is still busted like in the original. Or not the original, but like in the second game. Huh? Oh. Yeah, that happened to us before. Bro, you are getting way too comfortable. Why do you have so much speed? Alright, yeah, punch him.
Savor the victory. We earned it.
Hey, Kevin leveled up. I did some grinding as well, by the way, so... Kevin's Craft, Sacred Breath 2. Nice. Yeah, I did a bit of grinding with Kevin. Don't run! Trash. Fleeing to fight another day, huh? Yeah, they're smart little devils. Devils do seem a lot more intelligent than your average monsters. Enough to make me wonder whether these are, if these are another kind of impossible fiend like the rest. I'm with you. I can't pretend to be an expert on monsters of Lemon, but I'm pretty sure they're not this smart. It looks like this plane stands to be a real ball. Here she comes. You have done well to come this far. On this plane, there are 3 ordeals to overcome. If you overcome them all, the next path will open. Take this. What am I taking? Is that a flute? Oh, map of Lie-Locale? Okay. Be forewarned. The Lord of Phantasma's goal is your... Aw. So much for boys' night out. Anyways. Well, she sure didn't stick around long. She's probably got a little power left now. It's difficult for her to show herself to us. So it seems. It must be a frustrating thing for her to deal with. Still, she's left us with a useful gift. Yeah. Kevin opened the map of Lie-Locale. Okay, blaster channels, most likely where we need to go first. Okay, it looks like the lodge is on the top right. Yeah, it's in the top right. Wait, what? It looks like the lodge in the top right is where we are now. Okay, I read that too fast. Then there's Blaster Channel. Then there's this Blaster Channel place to the left of it. Maybe that's the ordeal that she mentioned, or one of them at the very least. She mentioned there would be 3 of them. But there's only one place that it could fit that description marked on the map. I wonder where the other 2 could be. Well, we do know that if we look at both the pathways, there was a forest-like area, and then where you guys see the yellow arrow underneath Joshua's text bubble. If I remember correctly, there was a fortress there, wasn't there? I'm trying to remember, because that was 2 years ago. Oh my gosh, it's been 2 years since we played the last one, and then it's been a year since I started this game's recording. So I've just not been recording this game. Anyways, from what I can see, these 2 roads lead to them. Yeah, lead to them. The ones that seem to just stop all of a sudden. But this plane is most likely has its own rules that we need to follow. If we follow those roads now, there's a big chance that we'd find nothing at the end of them. Unfortunately. Well, those are the cards that we've been dealt with. Let's just try heading over to the Blaster Channel and let's see what comes of it. Alright, but before we do that, we're going to check the lodge. Good thing we did. There is a monument here where we can restore our MP and HP. Go ahead and do that. Oh, just in here. Freezing meatballs. That sounds weird. I don't know why it's called freezing meatballs. Got a Carnelia bracelet. What does that do? Prevents strength, defense, and... Sure, why not? Why not give that to Zen? Got luck. Is that it? Did I miss one? Nope, here we go. This is what we needed. Mine 4. Alright. So give me a second. I'm going to mess with ornaments and I'll be back. Okay. Nothing really that I need to change ornaments with. If you guys want to see what everyone's rocking, these are here's Kevin's ornaments. Here's Joshua's. Here's Olivier's. And here is Zen's. So yeah, if you guys wanted to check that out. Alrighty. Let's make our way over to the canal. The Blaster Channel or Canal? I think it's Channel. I think it's Canal. Ooh, you're stupid, Brumal. You're right, I am. Sure is dark here. Still, I guess you can't expect much in the way of light from a staircase leading to an underground waterway. And from what I've heard, this used to be an old ruin until the Bracer Guild repurposed it as a training area. You might not be able to expect much light, but I would have preferred it if it were a little cooler than this. My ever-so-fashionable attire is getting covered in sweat. It is pretty dang hot. That weird rumbling sound I can... Wait. Yeah, that weird rumbling sound I can hear is being... What? I can hears? Here has been bugging me. Okay, he's just country. That's all it is. That's been bugging me for a while, too. Actually, I think we're almost at the end, so maybe it'll cool down in a second. Lava is not what I remember. What in the world? Well, it's no wonder why we're feeling so hot. Call me an optimist, but I doubt this is how this place normally is. Let's write this one as one of the enemy's work. I think that's a safe assumption to make. Which means we're really going to need to proceed cautiously. Alright guys, so I have an entire map to go through, and when I mean an entire map, I mean a freaking entire map. This place is, I believe, is sectioned off into 3 different areas with lots of loot. So depending on what is shown, depending on what I come across, I'll show you guys this, but most of the part, we've seen this dungeon before in the previous game, and yeah, I'll probably just go back and skip everything until we get to the boss fight for the most part. So I'll see you guys with some quick edits.
Enjoy the show.
Alright, so we found another star door. Bring me the girl who entrusts her feelings with her blade. Only then shall you open the door, and I know exactly whose door this is. I believe we'll be seeing her soon, but I'm not really sure. Alright, so we made our way through. Lots of lava walking. They'd be like, what do you mean? Yeah. Oh, Analase, huh? Yep, Shadow Analase, let's go. It's another grimoire, not the real thing. It's like she's completely lifeless. Well, at least that means we don't need to hold back, avoid hurting her. Let's do this. Alrighty. So, I've equipped Zen with a luck thing, with a luck quartz. Because there are some items that we can get off of Analase's dead body. And I completely plan on, using, what's his face? Dang, I have no AT delays here. True Flicker. I plan on using our boy Zen to take these guys out. I didn't want Analase getting that getting that S-craft. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. I wasn't expecting that much damage on her so fast. Ow. This might have been a waste of a move, but we'll see. Right, I forgot that was a waste of a move. Crap, I should have used it on these two idiots. Alright, well. This is the last one. I can't do any more after that. Alrighty. Alright. We had to do a redo on this one because I messed up. But Zen was the real MVP of this one. Whew. That time I was actually able to get him in the loop where they couldn't attack. Yeah, I think I got attacked twice in this entire fight. through that second run through. Oh, did everyone level up? Everyone did level up, except for Joshua. I should have got an EP cut out of this. Yep, EP cut 3, and that's because I gave Zen the luck. What's it called? The luck quartz, and I had him kill Annalise because I know Annalise dropped the EP3. So, yeah, that was cool. We got what I needed. That's what I wanted. So now I gotta slap that luck on somebody else. So we know that's Annalise. Yeah, we know that right there is Annalise is still a sealing stone. Phew, well, that wraps everything up. Sure does. Probably no prize for guessing who's in this sealing stone either. Let's head back to the base and let her out. Well, let's grab this first. And this gives us a Crimson Eye. What does Crimson Eye do? What's this do? Oh, ATS 300, ADF plus 400, prevents mute. Oh yeah, this is definitely going on, oh boy. Yep, Crimson Eye, given that to Olivier. He needs that. Or do I want to give that to Kevin? Oh, Kevin already has a Crimson Eye, so he's fine. Alright. So, with that, guys, we will go back to the base, see what we have. I've been recording for 1 hour and 23 minutes already at this point. This is going to be a longer video. I'm recording now, however, I will record later. I will record later at a different time and add that to this particular part. Oh yeah, let's speed this up, because we love our turbo button. Locle, the Locle Canyon. The St. Croix Forest. That's our next stop. They should have did that after we did all this. Huh? Is she sleeping? Cuteness is justice. Fortune favors the cute. Keep your friends close and your plushies closer. Smart words from smart people. What is wrong with this girl? I don't think anyone else in history has ever said any of those things, especially that last bit. Well, she seems happy though. Yeah, I'm not sure I can bring myself to wake her up. In that case, I have a plan on my own. I shall sleep alongside her, and together we shall reach the period. Yep, we should reach the period gates. We shall reach the pearled gates of Asylum, or Elysium, I mean, and cross into a paradise within. If you're up for a nap, that can be arranged. I have a few tricks that could knock you out in no time. I'm sorry, please don't hurt me. Terrible. Well, you tried. Seems like she's woken up. Huh? It's good to see you again, Annalise. Good morning. Have a nice dream? Sure sounded like you were. Tita, Joshua, and Chloe are gonna be the pride of my collection. But Julia and that girl over there are pretty cute too. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, but Zen's like a big fluffy bear, so he's actually kind of nice. And Kevin's hair kind of reminds me of a sea urchin, and that's not so bad either. I don't know who brought all these new plushies, but they're the best. She thinks that we're life-size stuffed toys. Man, how drowsy do you have to be? Aw, and there was me thinking that I've gotten a bunch of amazing new plushies to add to my collection. Way to crush a girl's dreams, guys. Well, sorry for being a human being. I just can't believe that was your first reaction to everything that's been told. Sorry. I'll hop into serious mode now. I'm still having a heck of a time processing the situation, but I do know that you're not lying. And besides, the proof that this is all real is right in front of my eyes. The only real Tita can be this irresistibly cute. Terrible. Well, just as long as you get it. So, what are you gonna do? Would you be up for helping us investigate? Put me in, coach. Terrible. Anyways. I wouldn't be much of a bracer if I wasn't willing to do anything to face this crisis like this. Especially if it's true that if something's happened to Locle. There might be other bracers there who have ended up in the same situation as me. And no way that I'm turning my back on them. Well, that's certainly a possibility. Oh, other bracers? Really? Well, that's a good point. We know quite a few of them, too. To my knowledge, I think there are only 2 bracers left. Out of all the bracers that have been playable so far, I believe there are only 2. Nope, 3. There are 3 left. I'm sorry. I forgot about one. Oh, man. Yeah, I completely forgot about him. Anyways. Well, we overcome one ordeal, but this still means that there are 2 left in our plates. And you know the drill now that now that we've done the first. Anyways, let's go back to the 4th plane and see what's changed. Right. Let the fun begin anew. Okay, so we will now be taking out Zen and replacing Zen with Annalise. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to work on her ornament as well. She will be joining us for the next bit. Gotta work on her. Let's see if there's anything new at the very least. However, I'm going to take a break, come back to this maybe tomorrow, and do Annalise's star door. It looks like Tita got closer to her. Say, Reese, cheer up, okay? I can't pretend to know exactly what you're angry about, but I'm sure Kevin really cares about you. Even if he doesn't always show it. Hey, you! You do know she's really mad, right? I don't know what you did to make her that way, but you better think about apologizing. I would if she would even give me the chance. Yeah, Reese definitely hates us. But that's okay. That's okay. Is it really okay, Brumal? I don't know, to be honest. Oh, okay, cool. The guild has facilities in both Calvert and Arabonia. And yet it's Lie-Lo that's been recreated here. Okay. There's gotta be some kind of meaning to all that choice. Could the Lord of Phantasma be intentionally recreating places that are connected to our group in some way? So that was very interesting from what Zen said. Obviously, because I know things, I guess the person who I watched play this game didn't talk to Zen because I didn't expect that particular part right there to be said about anything. So that's interesting to me. I certainly was expecting Annalise to have been drawn here too. We should keep up with our investigation as quickly as we can. If you need anything else from me, just let me know. Yep, sure. Well, it's true it's true. It's clear from everything that's been said and done so far that our foes have thoroughly researched all of us. And yet, recreating a place from outside the barrel was certainly not something I expected them to do. Just who is the Lord of Phantasma anyways? Alright, and let's go ahead and check the other side to see. I'm pretty sure our old boy's by himself right now, right? Is he just chilling over here? Actually, where did he go? Up here? Nope, not up here. Well, anyways, I need to come here anyways to fill up on CP. So we're good on that. So yeah, guys, next time we speak, I will be looking at we'll be looking at old girl star door. Excuse me. Yeah, we'll be looking at old girl star door, and depending on how much footage I got off of that, we'll probably continue to the next part, maybe. It all depends. So yeah. I will see you guys in the next one. Or not in the next one, but I will. No, yeah, not in the next one, but I'll see you guys in just a bit. All right, everybody, quick edit, and the very next day, for me at the very least of the last recording. So yeah, we're gonna just go ahead and continue. This is Annalise's star door, so let's go ahead and yeah, let's go ahead and do her thing. I believe this one will be a short one, but we'll see what's up. Getting through a lot of these star doors. We haven't come across too many sun doors. Alright. I shall grant you a memory fragment and my blessing. What is it? 5:29 p.m. March 22nd. Oh, we're in Bose. Let's go. I think this is Bose. Yep, this is Bose. Interesting. Wow, that's a surprise. Annalise. Old man voice. Oh, Lugrin. Is something the matter? It's not like you to walk right up to the second floor without even looking at the board and sit quietly like this. You're not feeling sick from eating too much ice cream or something, are you? Don't be silly. I'm not a kid anymore, you know. Could have fooled me. I swear that you were the one who ate 3 full scoops first thing one morning and later had to go get some stomach medicine from Spence. Maybe my memory's playing tricks on me. Let's pretend that never happened, okay? And besides, that was back when I was a junior bracer. That was forever ago. I learned my lesson after that, I swear. Now I never have more than 1 scoop each morning. Terrible. She still eats ice cream in the morning. You're not supposed to have ice cream in the morning at all, you know? Well, no matter. So, what have you been doing up here all this time anyway? Oh, right. Well, you see, I got a letter from my pappy who lives a long way away this morning. Really now? He's a swordsman if I recall, isn't he? Yep, he's an instructor. He's real famous among swords practitioners. Actually, Yun Kafai of the 8 Leaves 1 Blade School. So finally, I believe this name finally showed up. I don't remember. It's been about 3 years. Yeah, 2 or 3 years since we did Trails in the Sky 1, and it was a year ago when we finished Trails in the Sky 2. But yeah, we finally figured out the person who teaches the 8 Leaves, the 8 Leaves 1 Blade School. Who we already know that Estelle's dad was trained by, as well as Richard. Ah, yes, that's the one. I was familiar with the name before meeting you, but I was quite surprised to find out that you were his granddaughter. Anyways, didn't he used to live here in La Barrel? I'm surprised you know about that. I can't say I have any memories of when he was here, though. It was around when I was born, so how could I? That was long ago. I see. So, how's he doing? Well? Judging by the letter, yeah, he's doing fine. I haven't had a chance to meet him in person in about a year now. Last time we had a chance to spar, I felt like he was totally babying me. Even though he's like 70. Well, he really must be skilled to be treating an active bracer that way. Huh? What's with the sudden serious face? Oh, it's nothing that major, but I've been wondering something for a while. Why do you stay here when you can join him? Sorry, I'm lost. Well, it's just that you're aiming to improve your swordsmanship, aren't you? It feels like It feels like if you have a grandfather that like that, the fastest way to do that would be to go with him and polish your skills at his side. I said aid. That's, well, I suppose it's not my place to be telling you what may or may not be best for you. Sorry, Annalise. You didn't pay any attention to an old man like me. No, that's not true at all. I really appreciate your advice. So please, don't think it's not your place to give it. I can definitely see where you're coming from on this. I do have my reasons for being here and all. That's just a little difficult to explain. Oh? I do want to learn more about swordsmanship and swords in general. So, in a sense... Sorry. So, in a sense, you're right that continuing my to continue to train, I just saw the word pappy. When I see pappy, I think of that, what's that movie? It's called Life. And it had, dude was trying to figure out who slept with his daughter, and he kept putting the baby up next to all the black people, and then you had, you had Bertie Mac. He's like, I'm the pappy. I'm just like, every time I see the word pappy, I think of that. Oh, man, anyways. But yeah, to train under Pappy would be both the best and fastest course of action. But that's not all I want to do with my life. I want at least as much, if not more, to know more about what it means to be a bracer. I guess it's a case of wanting to learn more about swordsmanship as a bracer rather than as a swordsman, if that makes sense. Am I even doing a good job at explaining this? No. I think I see where you're coming from now, actually. Besides, Happy once told me that he taught me all the technical side of the swordsmanship forms, crafts, and that kind of stuff already. Whether I can master them or not is all down to me now. So in that sense, I feel like there's no specific need for me to train under him nowadays. And of course... golly. Of course, whether I'm really advancing in my swordsmanship now is another issue entirely. I wish I could say for sure I was, but... see. What's with the silent treatment all of a sudden? Oh, it's nothing. You're just not really one of these kinds of serious you're just not really one for these kind of serious discussions. So I was impressed to see that you were even capable of them. Hey, I am so capable. Besides, you were the one who kind of pushed me into talking about all this stuff first. Well, I'm glad I did too. Anyways, getting back to the point. What did the letter even say anyways? Oh, right. Well, as surprising as it is, it says that I should go see Cassius Bright. Cassius? The one and only? Yep, that's right. Supposedly, Pappy was invited to the Royal Army to be a guest instructor at some point long time ago. And that's when he trained Cassius, too. See? So now we know how Cassius became a divine blade. Anyways. And one of Yun Kafai's pupils, at the very least. So ever since, we had this kind of student-master relationship with one another. Cassius even went out of his way to go see him 10 years ago when he decided to stop using the sword, too. 10 years ago? That would put that around the time that he left the army and became a bracer then. What exactly prompted him to tell you to go visit Cassius now, though? Well, I guess he only just recently found out that Cassius has returned to the army. So now he's wondering whether he might take the opportunity to take up the sword again. I gotcha. He wants you to go and ask for him. And let him know what he says, yeah. I see. People really do end up connected in the strangest places in the funniest ways. Tell me about it. Anyways, that being said, I kinda have a favor to ask. You want time off, I assume? Well, who am I to say no? You've got good cause to have at it. I can even get in touch with the army and set up a meeting with Cassius if you want. Really? Really. Go along and get that truth that your grandfather wants of him, or wants for him. But in return... In return? I want you to take care of every single one of the monster extermination requests on the board first. Every single one? Aren't there like 5 of them right now? Sure, but the monsters in this area will be no trouble for you as you are now. They'd be less of a problem if a giant were around. But I had to lend... Oh, if Grant... I said giant. If Grant were around. but I had to lend him to the guild over in Wereian, and he's still not back. You're gonna have a quick pick. You're gonna have to pick up the slack here in his place, especially if you want time off. Okay. Alrighty. Hope they're not gonna make me do that. Yep, 3 days later. There we go. Linkston Fortress. Well, I'm finally here. Right on time. Okay. Let's go, Bug Cassius. Alright. Can I help you? Well, I'm Analyst Elfeed. Bracer from the guild. Alright. I gotta meet Brigadier I've come to meet Brigadier General, Bright. Ah, I see. I believe we've been expecting you. Alright, I'll pass on that you've arrived then. You might have to wait a little while before we can meet with the General, though, I'm afraid. Huh? But I'm right on time. Did something throw his schedule off? Something must have. I can't pretend to know much more than you do. But the General is a very busy man, so it's not at all unusual for things like this to happen. Anyways, like I said, I'll pass on that you've arrived, but I'm gonna have to ask you to wait out here for a while. Sure, no problem. Well, you knew he was supposed to be out here making us wait. This is taking ages. I hope the meeting isn't going to end getting canceled or something. I really don't want to have to come all this way for nothing. I suppose I can't meet with Cassius. I could at least go shopping in Grand Cell. That should probably be... They should probably be getting a new lineup of stuffed toys around now. Terrible. I wonder which one I should get. Maybe the bear or a crocodile. Once in a while would be nice. Excuse me, young lady. The General can meet with you now. Really? Alright, good day, sir. Thank you. You must be Annalise, I assume. Yes, I am. Welcome to Linkston Fortress. The General is waiting. Please follow me. Oh, thank goodness. I seriously thought I was gonna have to go home without seeing him. I'm terribly sorry for the wait. Well, please follow me. You got it, sir. Yeah, I got that turbo button going on. Look how slow they walk without it. I brought your visitor, sir. Very good. You may return to your duties. Thank you, sir. I'm really sorry for the delay there, Annalise. Oh, don't be. I'm more thankful that you took the time out of your busy schedule to speak with me at all. This is the least I can do for someone in my old line of work. It's been a while since we last met, though, hasn't it? You've become a seasoned veteran before I knew it. Well, I certainly like to think that I have. I can't have a Sora ahead of me while she's abroad, can I? This is what rivals do. So they do. I'll be looking forward to seeing just how much stronger the two of you can become. Well, you won't be disappointed. What's funny is, like, Estelle and Annalise are, like, descendants of one of the strongest people on the, like, are descendants of two of the strongest people on the continent, though. That's what's crazy. That's what's really crazy about it. Anyways, getting to the point. I was pleased to hear that that old Master Kafai is still in good health. I believe it was because of him.
Think you're clever? Die with honor.
All right, guys. So I just found out that my microphone stopped working at some point. I have been noticing this happening quite a bit lately. It happened to me yesterday before I started recording, and I believe it happened to me another time too. So I don't know what's going on. This just started this week. So hopefully I can figure this out. And this is probably gonna, yeah. So hopefully that you guys just stay along with what I was doing. And I hope not too much got cut off while I was recording. But we're going to get right back into it, guys. Anyways, perhaps that person is such as a family member or a loved one. Perhaps it is belief or an ideology that they could hold dear. And just as things that we seek to protect are different, so too are the ways that we chose to do them. In any case, the way I choose to protect what I care about, happens to perfectly suit the defensive swordsmanship you noticed. Although, I can only imagine how comical it must sound to hear a criminal who threatened a nation to talk about wanting to protect it. Well, not really. Richard, please don't say anything, General. Her Majesty may have chosen to pardon me for what I did, but it doesn't make those crimes simply just disappear. Still, just as you desire to protect Liberal remained even after leaving the army, I can't completely turn my back on mine. It was so that I could do so that I resolved to leave the army even. It was? You see, Annalise, to me, one's position in life is just a means to the end, a way in which to achieve whatever you wish to do. I think that's true for one's choice of weapon as well. Wouldn't you agree? Well, what's important isn't what weapon that you choose, but what you use to do with it is what inspires you to take it up and use it to fight. The reason why I chose to put my sword aside and take up the staff is those feelings had changed, and that is all. So, Annalise, any more thoughts? I should have used my sword in a way that best fits me to do what I want. That's what you were trying to say, right? Sure is. You beat me to it. You're Master Kafai's granddaughter. Alright. Very quick to catch on to things. Well, I'm just as quick to be forgetting things too, though. But I finally get where you're coming from. Really? Well, I'm happy to hear that. Could I ask that you pass on my answer to Master Kafai, then? Consider it done. I'm sure he'll understand. Then again. Would you be opposed, Richard? Not at all. I'm already inherited the way of the sword itself from you. It's only right that someone else should inherit that. What are you talking about? Well, then it's settled. Would you accept this, Annalise? Hey. She got her own katana. Let's go. The Genu. What's this? It's the blade I once used myself. I think it would be much happier in the hands of an active practitioner of swordsmanship than my own at this point. Wait a second. I couldn't possibly accept this. Surely if anyone could be taking this off of you, shouldn't it be Richard? Perhaps on the surface, but how things are on the surface is not what is always most important. I thought that you have learned that fact. I'm not sure the lessons I've learned earlier have anything to do with this. There's no need to think so seriously about this, Annalise. All you need to do is take up this blade and use it to do what you want to do, in the way that you choose to do it. That's all anyone expects of you. To do what I want to do, in the way that I choose to do it. Well, if you insist, I'd be happy to accept it. I feel I have learned a lot today from having the opportunity to face off against you. And I hope that I'll have the chance to do it again one day. So do I. You'll both have to make sure not to neglect your training then. Of course. I wouldn't dream of giving it any less than 100%. Alright, so one thing I wanted to share with you guys, as well, so we know that, oh, well, never mind, we'll talk about it after this. Really? It sounds like that was quite the fruitful experience. It sure was. I'm guessing this is Pappy's plan all along. He knew exactly what would happen if I went and asked Cassius what I did. And that's why he asked. I must have sounded a little unsure of myself with that last letter I wrote to him. I see. Like master, like pupil. Incidentally, while I hate to spring this on you before you even had your chance to settle back in, a lot of work has built up on the way. There's even a request from the mayor too. So I really need you to get right back to it. If anything, you should be grateful. All this work to give you a chance to refine your skills with the new mindset of yours, won't it? Well, there's one way of looking at it, sure. Alright. So, Pappy. Well, while I bet you knew all along, it looks like Cassius has no intentions on taking up the way of the sword ever again. But thanks to seeing him, I ended up being given the chance to re-examine my own swordsmanship. And up until now, I thought it was all about getting stronger, or faster, things like that. But now I finally realize what's more important than either of those things, so why you take up the sword in the first place? Your feelings. I feel like now I finally understand why I was never able to defeat you, no matter how many times that we fought. I might not be the best student in the world, but I'll keep giving my training all I have. Love, Annalise.
Alrighty. So, one thing that I wanted to, side story, swordsmanship, finished. So one thing I wanted to really talk about with this whole thing. So it's like we all okay. So we know that. Well, one, we learned that Annalise is Kafai's grandfather, and Kafai being the master of the 8 leaves, 1 sword style. When Annalise fought Richard, she noticed that Richard uses I believe she said the 6th form of it. So it's just like if the swordsmanship is called 8 leaves, 1 blade, and he used 1 form of it, we can assume, or he used the 6th form of it, we can assume that there's 8 forms at the very least. And from how they talked, it looked like Richard taught, not Richard, it looked like Cassius taught Richard and not Kafai taught Richard at the very least. So we can also, with Annalise saying like she recognized Richard using the 6th form of it, we can automatically assume that she knows a different form. Another thing to note as well, and I believe I can't remember if this was in the first game. No, this wasn't the first game. It was after Shara, it was after we meet, yes, after when Shara talks to Annalise, I believe after the, was it when they were in, I don't remember when it was in. Was it when they were in Rouen, or was it during the Grand Cell tournament? Well, whatever. They had a conversation, and she let it. And what was it? Shara had let it slip, or she didn't let it. It's not necessary she let it slip. She was just talking to Annalise, and she said "Oh, how are you mastering that new form of swordsmanship or whatever?" And so it was hinting towards hinting towards this at the very least. But I did find it funny how Annalise didn't necessarily use a katana because, spoilers, the 8 leaves, 1 sword, basically when you see other people, because yes, there are other people in the world that know this style, and we will meet more people throughout this series that know this style. They all use katanas. And I just thought it was weird how Annalise was the only one that didn't necessarily lose a katana. But it looks like, even though it doesn't look like a katana, it's a katana. It's a katana. Cassius gave her his katana. So, yeah. But, yeah, so now we actually have this weapon for her. Well, I guess it was a katana. I don't know. Her weapon, if you look at her portrait, which looks adorable, by the way, but if you look at her portrait, it doesn't necessarily look like a katana, which I do think is a little bit odd. Yeah, I do think it's a little bit odd, because it just looks like a regular broadsword. Or not a broadsword, but you guys know what I mean. And golly, 13, 8, wow, that's a massive number in strength, just for beating him. Let's see, Arts goes up by 50.
ADF goes up by 60. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. That is a lot. All right, everyone, we are back, and we are going to go ahead and continue with where we last left off. This is going to be a longer video. I've been trying to make these videos a little bit longer because I don't have a lot of time to record nowadays. Well, I mean, I do. It's just that I don't freaking know. I don't even know what I'm trying to do. But let's go ahead and get back to what we were doing at the very least. So I did find out what those test results were for, and those were for oh girl. It's to open a moon door. And if you guys don't remember what I'm talking about, it's this item that I'm looking at. Nope, where is it at? Where's that item? Entrix exams results. We need this for Chloe. We need this for Chloe, and we need to take this to a certain moon door that's back in Grand Cell. However, moon doors are very long, so I'm probably gonna make that one its own separate video. It's not gonna be part of this video at the very least. I can tell you that. I can tell you that much. Maybe in the next video. Because I plan on actually ending the video after the St. Croix Forest, and then do the next part, or I might do all of it together, to be honest with you. But there's a lot of side stories in here. Yeah, there's like 2 side stories. No, 3 maybe. I think I don't know, but there's a couple of moon doors that we missed, and I have to go back and grab those for you guys. I'm also keeping tabs on my audio as well to make sure that it doesn't die out on me. But yeah. Oh wow, look at how pretty the trees are. It's been 2 days since we finished Annalise's side story. They were still green when Estella and I were here. It's like a whole different forest now. It certainly is pretty, but don't you think it's odd? The leaves of Conferrius trees don't usually turn orange like this, do they? Most don't, but there are some varieties that lose their leaves in the fall for sure. Can't remember their names though. Reese would know better than me, but, well, I see. Don't mind me then. Actually, wait. The trees near the lodge are the same variety as these, aren't they? Those were still green too. Yeah, so your first guess might have been wrong, but there's definitely something off here. We better be careful. Alrighty, so I was looking yesterday, and I saw a post of the remake for Trails in the Sky 1, which I'll probably do for the channel. Maybe, it depends. If I do it, it's gonna be like years later, after it comes out. But I was looking at the remake. That game is gonna be $90 on release. That's crazy, right? Or I think that was pre-order, but I'm pretty sure it's still gonna be the same. I'm like, I don't know if I want to pay that much money for what's it called? Oh crap! I'm over here trying to figure out where I need to go. Oh, well, I mean, there's only one way to go. There's an exit, and then there's this part right here. So yeah, this is the only way we could go. I don't got a map or nothing. So let's see. I do, however, have a map of all the items at the very least. Simply because the dungeon is almost over, and there was literally only 2 areas. But anyways, young man's voice. Stay away! Please don't come any closer. That sounds like... Yeah, it does. Freaking Gilbert. I don't mean any harm, I swear. I'll never do anything like that ever again, so please spare my pitiful life. The goddess just loves bringing us together, huh? I'm saved! My saviors, please help me! And do we even have a choice? I don't want his death to be on my conscience any more than you do, so, nah, not really. What? Why do they get to attack first? This game's busted. I should have put poison resist on, but that's okay. I did carry on the wrong person. Alright, that was easy. Annalise almost died, but we clutched it. Decent Sepith. That was terrifying. Aren't you supposed to be a part of the Ouroboros? How do you keep getting yourself into these messes? You are so rude. I didn't end up in this situation because of my own error. It was the result of a tale so tragic, anyone who heard it would be moved to tears. I think there's a more pressing issue here, to be honest. How did you even get here ahead of us? That's a good question. Did you get through the second or third plane's warp circles before us somehow? After parting ways with you at the castle, I found myself surrounded by armored knights. Naturally, I fought back with all my skill and grace I'm known for. But during the fight, I was engulfed in some kind of strange vortex. Next thing I knew, I was in front of a building near a cliff. What a miracle. Clearly, I've been chosen by Adios herself to be the hero of a new story. Kevin, you think? Yeah. Sounds like he just ended up getting drawn into one of those vortexes that pop up in every battle, or that pop up in battle every so often, that make things vanish. Dang though, ending up all the way out here on the fourth plane just because of some luck? Seriously? Lost for words, I see. Not that I can blame you for being in awe of my good fortune. Like, oh, we're in all alright. Anyways, you said that you ended up in front of the lodge. So how'd you end up all the way out here? Did you decide to start looking around? Well... And this time, you're the one with the good question. You were saying things like, I didn't mean any harm, and I'll never do anything like that ever again earlier. What was that about? Whatever do you mean? I have absolutely no idea. Oh, well, why don't you say something? That was merely the result of me being so relieved to finally be out of mortal danger. I think I know what happened now. You were so hungry that you went and tried to grab those beastmen's food, huh? Well... You have no reason to feel ashamed, my man. Everyone needs food in order to live. You want a cookie? I've got a few of them on me to snack on as it is. Gilbert, do you want to come back to base with us? That might be an idea. We got plenty of food and water back there. Save your pity. Seriously, man? This is one of the things with Gilbert. He's just too proud to just... Y'all know, what's that saying? Pride cometh, or what you call it? Pride comes before the fall. You know, pride is one of the sins that God hates the most. At least it's within the top 7. I can tell you that much. Anyways, I was able to steal at least a month's worth of food from them already. I'm not gonna need any more for quite a while. Just take the help, man. You're in a strange place. Use all the help we could get. Believe it or not, guys, Gilbert is actually pretty strong. Like, his Ouroboros, like, he may seem goofy, but his Ouroboros training has definitely made him quite the formidable fighter. But anyways, and it's all mine only. I won't give you so much as a crumb. So, yeah, so long, losers. He's incapable of listening, isn't he? Is he planning on staying here for over a month? Who knows? But all we can do is leave him to his own devices for now if he doesn't want our help. I wouldn't be surprised if he changed his mind. That does sound likely. Well, we'll just have to be ready to give him a warm welcome when he does then. I mean, I guess, but it's just like, one, you already know once we find Estelle, she's not going to be happy about it, even if he did come on. And two, he was a part of burning down the orphanage where Chloe was actually fond of. Now, Chloe probably would be forgiving. I don't see why she wouldn't be, at the very least. All right, so there's one more area down here. And the boss area is here. We can trigger the boss. However, what we're going to do is there is a stone monument, which is cool. We like stone monuments. And we are going to make we're going to make a turn here. They can't see us. There we go. Kidney daggers. And then this is what I'm going to get for right now. We're going to give that to our boy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the recording and I am going to do some shiny palm farming for a little bit. Probably for about an hour or so. I'll probably come back later in the day because the new the beta test, not the beta test, I'm sorry. The Monster Hunter update comes out in about an hour. It's 11. Yeah, for those who want to know, as of right now, it is March 25th, 2025, and it's 11 o'clock a.m., which means in 1 hour, the title update, the first title update, the Monster Hunter Wilds comes out, and I want to play that. Get the Mitsuzune. So until then, I'll probably be farming, getting Sepith, and opening up slots for other characters as well. So I will be, we'll be back. We will be back. All right, that was a quick cut back to here. So I did go ahead and level everyone up at least to level 110. I'll show you guys. Yeah, I can show you that. I can show you guys that right now. Well, Kevin and Joshua, since I couldn't get them out of the party, they both ended up getting to level 114. As you can see, Julia 110, Mueller 110. Reese is still at 108, which it'll be easy to get her back up once she joins the party again. So she technically is the weakest member that we have on the crew. Tita 110, Chloe 110, Josette 110, Annalise 110, Olivier is 111, and Zen is 111. Fighting the shiny palm, yes, there was one palm instead of multiple palms this time. Fighting the one shiny palm was a little bit harder this time because it just let's put it this way. Where we last left off at with Joshua at level 110, Joshua couldn't even damage the thing with his strongest S-craft. Ridiculous, right? He actually just started being able to one-shot them with his S-craft at 113. I had to rely on Tita. Tita was the one that was doing the most. I'm sorry, was it Tita? No, yeah, it was Tita and Chloe. Tita and Chloe with their S-crafts were the ones that were doing the most. With Chloe at level 108 actually being able to actually one-shot it with her S-craft, and then Tita was able to get really close. And then afterwards, I had to pair off, like, an Annalise. I forgot. Annalise as well, who was far weaker than Joshua. She was able to one-tap the thing as well. Hold on. What's her strength at? Her strength is at 1893. Wow. She's far more powerful than Joshua. That's crazy. Why is that? Oh, right. I forgot. I gave her... No, she doesn't even have it. Yeah, I have no idea why. Maybe it's the weapon. I think it's the weapon, the Genu. I think the Genu gives her all that strength, actually. But I had to rely on everyone else, like, combo attacking him. Like, they can get him to, like, less than half health, and I have to use someone else's. Like, Zen, he was able to get him, like, get the enemy down to, like, a quarter health, and then I would have to use, like, Mueller or something to finish it off. So it was stuff like that. But once Joshua was able to one-tap everybody, and I was able to stay in there a little bit longer and kill more people. Or not kill more people, but kill more palms. But it looks like Annalise now is over here, and looks like she's trying to comfort Reese as well. So let's go ahead and talk to her real quick. Huh? Really? That doesn't match up with what I've heard, though. Weren't you so worried about him that you collapsed after finding out that he was okay not all that long ago? Please, I did no such thing. Are you sure about that? I didn't take Annalise to... Yeah, bleh, I didn't take Annalise long... Oh, it didn't take Annalise long to get a handle of her personality. Alright, well, that's cool. She's just sitting there messing with her now. And that we also had Zin and Olivier, they were our latest members, and they are, oh, Zin's actually over here talking with Chloe. Interesting. Let's do this real quick, because I believe Julia's also a part of that. So let's replace Julia and bring Tita here. Alright, cool. And let's see what they have to talk about. Alright. The guild has facilities in both Calvert and Erebonia, and yet it's Layla Cal that's been recreated here. There's got to be some kind of meaning to that choice. Could the Lord of Phantasma be intentionally recreating places that are connected to our group in some way? I certainly wasn't expecting Anna Lace to have been drawn here, too. We should keep up with our investigation as quickly as we can. If you need anything from me, please let me know. I'm always happy to lend a hand. It's clear from everything that has been said and done so far that our foes have thoroughly researched all of us. And yet recreating a place from the outside Libero was certainly not something I expected them to do. Just who is this Lord of Phantasma? Alrighty. And then Olivier's standing here, but I'm assuming if we get rid of Mueller. So let's go ahead and bring, let's get rid of Mueller and put Annalise in the group. Okay, so, yep, they're here talking now. No, I think it's safe to say that His Excellency, the Chancellor, isn't in any way involved in this. I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting that to be dropped so soon in this. We'll find. You'll find out what I'm talking about later. All right. This is far too redundant. Or I'm sorry. This is far too roundabout a plan of attack even for him. I can't be so sure that Ouroboros isn't, however. Well, I can't disagree that this doesn't feel like something he would do. Not least because if he wanted to harm you, he'd had plenty of chances to do so in Heimdall. Yes, Heimdall is a place that I am very familiar with. That is a place in Erebonia. If I remember correctly, I believe I know the city. I just don't remember where Heimdall in Erebonia is. I want to say nope. That's Parm. Parm is the closest to Hamel. Heimdall. Where the heck was Heimdall? Oh well, it'll come back to me. It'll come back to me. I just don't remember where. I just don't necessarily on the map of Erebonia where Heimdall was. But all right, let's go ahead and switch our teams back to what they were going to be. So we are going to take Olivier, and we are going to have our baby girl Annalise with us. So yeah, I will see you guys at the place after we go ahead and you know what? I don't even need to do all that. I don't even need to do all that because I forgot how what's it called worked. I have a ton of Sepith. However, I'm not using any of that Sepith right now because I'm really saving all the Sepith to open up slots for my for our arts users really. And I've pretty much done that except for I know there are a couple more arts users mains that we have. So I'm trying to save up for those slots and for future courts that I may need. But when it comes down to it, I will be opening everyone's slots. So yeah. Let's go ahead and because the boss fight is right up ahead. So yeah, let's go ahead, save here, and do our thing. Oh, I went the wrong direction. Hey, Shara, the only melanated character in the game. Shara? Huh, darling Shara. Shara? So, she's our lady this time, huh? Makes sense that we'd find nothing but bracers on one of their training grounds. Alright, we'll have to defeat her so we can get her the sealing so we can get her sealing stone. Here's hoping we can have the real thing by our side. Exactly. So yeah, that's one of the reasons too, because I knew Cheryl was going to be the next fight. And if you guys remember from 1, she specifically said that she was an arts user. Alrighty. Let's group these jerks up. Oh, she got fainted. Wasn't expecting that. Golly. Dang, that's the worst thing that could happen with oh girl. You know what, screw it. Let's just wipe out these little guys. One of them got insta-killed. Ha! You miss, you suck! Alright. More chicken heads. That's funny. Chicken heads. Ah, he got out of the circle. That's fine. He's not dead? Well, that's not fair. He just didn't die. Alright, got distorted Shara now. She's preparing arts. Do I have any impedes? Yes, I do. Shara, stop it. You don't need to be doing arts. I did the wrong move. Oh, no, it did impede her. Okay. Of course she resists the one thing that she's good at. That's fun. She put that mute up. I feel her. Oh yeah, this girl is not getting a turn. We got the speed trap going on now. We keep hitting her with AT delays. Yeah, she's not attacking anymore. It's over for her. We just keep jumping in front. It's over. All right, now we're at the last little data ball. This was a lot much easier than the Annalise fight, I can tell you that. Yeah, like once you trap them, Yeah, like once they get trapped in the, I like to call it the speed trap. I'm pretty sure it's called something else, but it's just like, it's like basically you give two characters that have AT delay and give both of them clock up X. Yeah, it's over. It's over after that it's over for one of the enemies, or for a boss at the very least. It's disgusting to look at. Golly, that's a lot of wind Sepith. No time Sepith? No Mirage Sepith? Okay. Didn't get any what's it called out of that though. Was I supposed to? Okay, nothing that I can't get later. It's just a bunch of like regular stuff like hit 4s, HP 4s, attack 4s, defense 4s. I can create those later on, so I'm not tripping about missing them. Nice. Alright, now we should be able to set Shara free too. I can hardly wait to feel her in my arms again at long last. To the garden, my friends. I can hardly wait to see her again. I'm sure she's going to be a big help to us. I'm trying to remember, because I think we have... I think, and I could be wrong, guys, I think we have 4 more characters to find. I think. Like I said, I could be wrong. I might be misremembering who's all in this game. And I'm pretty sure if some of you guys do the math, you'll be like, wait a minute, 4 characters. There should only be 2 left. Uh-huh. Alrighty. Well, let's go ahead and get Shara out of her slumber. Come on, baby girl. Where you at? Well, she's not my baby girl. You already know who my baby girl for this series is. Is it Annalise? I suppose. Grimzel Fortress. Grimzel! Which we will be tackling in a different video. Huh? That's not Shara, is it? Hey, Shara has a new design. Huh? Oh! What? Oh my. My goodness. Ah, she cut her hair, huh? Yep, about a month ago or so. She got herself some new duds to match too. This isn't like me at all. I haven't had anywhere near enough to drink to start feeling this out of whack. No, there's no stopping me now. Pour me another, Aina. Tonight, we're gonna settle this once and for... Ugh. Nice to see you too, Shara. Joshua? How long have you been back for? What happened to Estelle? And is it just me, or did you put on some muscle while you were away? You look stronger. Thanks. I'm happy to hear that. Be it as it may, I can't believe you still haven't commented on my presence. How could you disregard your dear Olivier Lindheim, your loyal servant, and the man who forever holds the key to your heart? Olivier? Wait. You're not the only familiar faces here. This whole place is kind of bizarre, too. Can someone explain what's going on here? We will, so calm down, okay? I can hardly blame you for being surprised. Yeah, your reaction's par for the course for this place. Whatever. They say par or far. I don't know, I can't read. Okay, I think I get what's going on now. Still, under ordinary circumstances, I'd have a pretty hard time believing all of what you said was even possible. It's easier to chalk this up to just an alcohol-induced dream or another one of Lucy's illusions. Oh, Luciola. I was going to say, who the heck is Lucy? No doubt. Oh, woe is me. How could you look upon my fair contestants? Is that how you pronounce that? Anyways. And beautiful locks and not believe that I am the one and only true Olivier.
I said under ordinary circumstances, Olivier. There's no need for dramatics. First, what would be the point of showing me an illusion this bizarre to begin with? As for the dream explanation, there's a bit too much internal consistency here for me to lean on that theory.
True enough. Well, thanks for believing in us. So I take it that you'll be helping us, then. We could sure use you.
I'd be happy to. When I think about how Estelle's most likely being dragged into this place, too, how could I think of to say no? I wouldn't be the big sister. I wouldn't be a good big sister if I didn't look out for my little sis now, would I?
Thanks, Shara. You're a true model of a woman. Cheers. We appreciate it. Anyways, we've given you the rough outline of the situation that we're in. Currently, we're in the middle of exploring what's apparently called the fourth plane. So, that's where we'll be resuming for now.
All right. I've used the facilities at Locle before as a trainee back in the day. Since you found both me and Annalise so far, perhaps the other sealing stone you find there will contain people who train there too.
Sounds plausible enough.
That means the chances that we'll find Estelle are the high. Or, I don't know. Maybe we'll find Grant or Karna? It's not impossible. They've certainly been to Locle, but they went more as instructors. I don't think they've ever been purely as trainees the way you and Estelle and I have. Oh, right. Hey, Shara, you know if Agate has ever trained there before? Now that you mention it, yes, he has. Cassie supposedly tricked him into going, and he was not a fan of the experience. That was about 4 years ago, I think. Oh. So that means both him and Estelle might be trapped there.
It's possible, yeah.
They're both fine. I'm certain of it. At any rate, we now have only one of the 3 ordeals remaining.
Indeed. So, we'll find who else is trapped inside the training grounds soon enough, and then all that remains for us to do is to rescue them. Yep. So long as we're ready, let's move. Alright, so now we have Estelle. Not Estelle, I'm sorry. Now we have Shara. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all the party members that could be titled to Shara at the very least. And we're going to put... Oops, I accidentally put old girl in there. Didn't even mean to do that. Oh, and I don't even have to do any training because she came at level 110. Nice. So let's go ahead and put Chloe, and I'm gonna put Josette in there because other than Estelle and Joshua, Josette doesn't really have any reason to talk to anybody else. So let's try to find her because I'm pretty sure her and Olivier have stuff that they want to talk about. I have no idea where they're at, so we'll go ahead and try to find them. I bet you they're by the tree. Not the tree, the fountain. So let's go over there and check. Maybe up here? Nope. Oh, all the bracers are here. Well. Oh, so yeah, we actually have new dialogue, so let's see what's going on here. I was surprised when I saw Shara's new look. As far as I'm aware, she's been growing it out ever since her troop days. Yeah. Still, she did go through a lot during her time with us. Did she ever? I think we all know that she'll be fine, though. She's a tough cookie, both in body and mind. Yeah, I agree. Huh, I would think that these two would be talking together, but I guess not. If alcohol is what you desire, my dear Shara, then I shall be happy to provide. This beverage I acquired from the Great Tree has quite the fragrance and taste to match. Unfortunately, however, I haven't a clue to the maker of the year. You do know inviting her to drink with you is gonna end with you vomiting in the fountain, right?
Shara, let's go over to the library. There's a weird sister hanging over there. She's real cute, though. I think you'll like her.
This place just baffles me the more and more that I think about it. If only this fountain were full of booze instead of water, then I at least have something to keep me company. You're kidding me, right? Yes, I know. I'm pretty familiar with Locle since I've been there myself. Take me along if that's what you're planning, if you're planning on going. I'm sure I could show you around. And I want to rescue Estelle as much as you guys do.
Alright, I was thinking that there would be more going on over there at the very least. Let's see, has anything changed with old girl yet? Oh, Tita and old girl are talking.
I didn't know Kevin was like that when he was growing up. That must have been really tough for you, Reese.
Crap, Sweet Tita's actually buying it all.
Kevin's always been like that. Even now, nothing has changed. He's selfish, he's arrogant, he's self-centered. He also needs to act like he can handle everything by himself at all times. He's just a sorry excuse for a human being.
Well, that sucks because I'm kind of the same way. Usually when I'm working, I don't. Okay, so basically, when you work in news, especially for a newscast, most of the time you can't rely on other people. You have to sure, you have people to back you up, but you always have to double check their work to make sure that it doesn't mess you up. You feel me? That's just how that is. So it's just like, hey, I'm happy that you're helping me, but I need to check this to make sure that it works because this is on my time. And my time being like, oh, I'm the one directing. So if my co-director hey, I coded this for you, I'll have to double check and look at it to make sure it's right. I'm like, thank you, it's good. Or if it's not, I'm like, all right. But it's whatever. Oh boy. I think I better make my exit. Alright, so I was expecting a little bit more. Let's go ahead and change up the party and see what happens. Let's get the girls who were there at least there. And I will take...
Do it.
Take it.
I'll take Julia with Julia and old boy. Let's see if this area changed up a bit. Okay.
Whoa, that's just awful. I had no idea he was that bad as a kid.
She's exaggerating every detail just so they'll take her side. Kevin, we have all been there. I'm pretty sure every man has been there. People are like, Brumal, what is that supposed to mean? I'm like, it means what it means, guys. It means what it means. Okay, so all of those guys are gonna be there no matter what. Alrighty. Let's go check out the other side. Oh, that's a cool sprite for her. That's cool. Alright. Let's go ahead and take...
You're right, please.
This ought to perk you up.
Okay, so they're just talking.
Should you not rest, Your Highness? Oh, I'm just feeding Sieg.
Oh, I didn't even realize Sieg was next to her. Okay, that's what it was. Alright, cool. Anyways.
He said that he was hungry. It won't take long, promise.
Alright. I take it those armed beastmen that we encountered are from another reflection of the Lord of Phantasma's unpleasant taste. But whatever. I'm tired of putting up with their ridiculous games at this point. Let's keep pressing on. And one last thing, I just want to check to see, because this is the party that we will be rolling with, guys, for the next part. I just want to check to see what has changed over here. Nothing much. Okay. So yeah, old girl doesn't have any CP. That's fine. So this is where the video is going to end. I know this one is a little bit longer, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to structure my videos like this. For the next part, we are going to bring we're going to do Chloe's moon door, and because those ones are supposed to be long at the very least. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. But that being said, guys, I will see you guys later. Peace.